Hey, I wanted to tell you something really quick. Don't build a home with people that don't feel like a home. Excuse me. Jeez. I have had this cough for over a week now. Don't build a home with people that don't feel like home. And do build a home with people that feel like home, even if it feels like there's a lot to do. That feeling of home is very, very difficult to find, especially in someone else. I'm living with my parents and my family. We're all living together in this big old house. And it doesn't feel like home at all. And I had allowed these people to influence a marriage that did feel like home. And so people that didn't feel like home got to influence my relationship that did feel like home, which it wasn't very beneficial for them to have done so. The people in my family, they're not very emotionally stable. I mean, I can give you a lot of clinical terms for them, but at the core of it is that it's entity and energy and a lack of connections, of course. Even though they believe in God and they're good, Jesus-loving people, there's a lot of pain in them. So, having asked my mother what I should do about my marriage with my husband was the biggest mistake I could have made. Because step one, she doesn't love herself. Which leads to the second step of how can she give me any advice when she didn't love herself? She obviously didn't love me. She's admitted this repeatedly. She has... It's just a very distant relationship her and I have. And I allowed her influence and her pain to affect my relationship. And now I see how she's being hurt in her relationship. There's so many terrible things going on that I don't want to talk about. But I've echoed all of them myself in my own relationships. And it's terrifying. I hadn't been my own person. I was echoing her. I got all of it out of my system. And now I'm sitting here looking at all of them like a soap opera. And I can't do anything but feel joy at all of it, honestly. They're growing. They're learning. And they're going to make it. I don't know why I keep coughing, but I hope there's not some psychological thing where it's like, geez, I don't know. And of course, there's the duck. Oh, what? Now you're shy? Fucking duck. I really loved someone, and I let a lot of people get in the way. I had so many people inside me and so many people around me, I didn't know who I was. All I knew is I loved him, and I didn't know how to express that love. Through which filter? The filter of my mom, my dad. Who do I use as a role model when they're all batshit? And the entire time I thought, they were okay. I thought my life was normal. I really thought I was normal. That the things I was doing were okay. That the way my mom handles things were healthy. I didn't see her as a victim. I saw her as the strongest woman I knew. So I looked up to her. Little did I know that she's a wounded little girl. And she's trying to find her way just as much as I am. So asking her for an opinion is asking the opinion of someone far more wounded than I am, and refusing to help each other or themselves. Like she refuses. She doesn't want anything to do with getting better at all. None of them do. So they're on their own journey, in their own way, whatever. But I let them influence a relationship that was very, very important to me. And you shouldn't do that. It's not okay. People that don't feel like home shouldn't tell you what to do with yours. People that can't build their own home shouldn't tell you how to decorate yours. We tell each other so many stories. So many stories about what we did when we were together. And then all the stories that we told to the people around us when those people left, so that the stories. And we didn't constantly talk about everything we do every, previous day. We were living in the moment. So our history was just an innate, yeah, we absolutely love each other. Let's go. What's the point of stopping? Let's move forward. No matter what it was. So when the bad stories were around and no one was around to tell us the good stories we forgot about, and then people that don't really love themselves or each other are sitting there telling us what to do with our life, it's not okay. They can't even live their own life. They shouldn't tell you what to do with yours. Man, I wish I would have known that years ago. I would have never asked anyone for any advice in relationships other than one very simple question. Dear friend, since you've known me, how have I changed since I've been with this person? Has it been an improvement or a detriment? In what ways have I evolved to you? Will you be my mirror? And then I would sit in front of a mirror and I would look into my own eyes and ask myself the same questions. How have you grown? What do you miss about yourself? What do you want to change? Are you happy? Did you enjoy what you ate today? Did you smile and laugh so much you snorted? Did you feel pretty or handsome? Because you should. Don't let people get involved in your love life. It's not okay. They don't love themselves. They really don't. Regardless of who it is, there are extents to how much we are all learning to love ourselves. And then we project our own issues onto relationships other people are having, whether to relate or to repel. People should be giving each other advice on how to be the best version of ourselves, not what to do with a marriage, because those people that we're asking for advice, or the people we're running to avoid communication in a relationship, they don't care about the person you're with. They absolutely have there's no consequence to them whether you break up with that person or not. Whether you marry them or not, or whether you sit there crying or drinking yourself to oblivion. They don't care. I learned this the hard way. Nobody cares about me as much as I do. Even when I'm sick, I'm the only one making myself soup. Like, there's no hugs, there's no friend, there's, there's no, I haven't had an easy path on here. At all. I don't even want to get into it in that way. I am just giving you advice that I wish I would have told. Don't let people get involved in your love life. They don't hurt like you do. They didn't love like you did. They weren't there every morning for all those kisses and every night for the goodbyes and the good nights. They weren't there. They didn't experience it. They didn't hear the stories of how much love was shared, how much forgiveness was shared, how much passion. They didn't know those stories. All they know is someone that they care about is confused and hurt. So obviously they will side with you, regardless of how good or bad someone else is for you. So you have to be. The universe is asking you to listen to your heart. Not your emotions, not your logic, not your reason. Those things can be manipulated by food. By food, 6-packs and a dick or tits or an ass or whatever. They can be manipulated. What can't be manipulated is your heart. The device that translates the energy coming through you into the energy systems known as emotions and etc. I wish somebody would have told me that if you find someone who feels like home to you, that they can do no wrong. Literally, nothing they do means you will love them less. Because if you love them less, then you're hurting yourself. Because you just took away love from yourself that you had for someone else. I love people unconditionally, and I refuse to love them any less. I don't know how to function in life loving people this much. But if I could go back in time and tell myself something, it would be, don't let anyone tell you what to do with your love life or your genitals. And before you decide to do anything with your body, make sure you're eating healthy, that you're exercising, that you're being told I love you every day, that you embrace your sexual energy and your creative energy, your emotional energy, and you keep people out of your bedroom. It is not their business who you sleep with, and your genitals should not be on your phone plastered on apps online. Sex should be sacred. So please love yourself like I love you, because it's breaking my heart to know how much regret you're creating for your future self. And I'm pleading with your soul to please do something that your future self will thank you for. That the wisest version of you would be proud of knowing that you did when you were this age. Be kind. Forgive. And love, because it hurts you too much to not love. I will always love him more. Always. I will always love him no matter what he does. He will never, ever, ever be loved any less. He will only be loved more because every hurt and pain he brings me, and every joy he brought me, everything has helped me become a better person and realize that I've been whole and complete all along. I just needed to be myself, the good and the bad. So let your failures go and let other people's opinions of what you should or shouldn't do go. Keep everybody out of your life, and if you have that person that feels like home to you, where their skin just smells like the best perfume, and their eyes are just, what do you need a bed for? Just fall asleep looking at them. When you find that person that makes your heart beat so fast out of your chest that it's trying to pull you to theirs, as if it's the key and their heart is the lock, don't let anybody get in your fucking way. That love is a once-in-a-lifetime love, and no one else will ever come close to it. Don't you dare let it go. I love you.